about you break out those moves for your two biggest fans?
These are his dads, by the way.
Wait. I wasn't ready for this. You didn't tell me that it was just gay people existing, but it's gay people existing in a multiracial relationship, a marriage, a unity, if you will. My God, I didn't know how far we'd gone. I don't think you need to be super straight, or even mostly straight, like myself, to enjoy a good story about chuds getting really mad about things that aren't actually hurting their lives. And they did a campaign against the old Bud Light to stop the evils of that liquid gay getting into our mouths. And I tried some, and boy, it does really up you on the Kinsey scale every sip. But it turns out Anheuser-Busch, after a year protesting, if you look at the stocks, it's more valuable now than it was a year ago. So according to Matt Walsh, it was the most effective boycott in right-wing history for consumer boycotting activism, and it made them more monies. So apparently they want to do the same thing now to Netflix. Yeah, they used to try and do it to Disney. I think they'll double down. They'll do it to probably Disney and Netflix, but Netflix is the new target because of a show called Cocomelon. If you have children, I'm guessing you probably know of the show. If you don't, you're probably just like, it's that one on YouTube that like is just all over the place. But apparently it has two gay dads in one of the episodes. Are the gay dads talking about being gay? Are they just talking about how amazing it is to be gay? We're gonna find out. You know, apparently it's indoctrination, and it's really, really evil.
There's a reason that Disney's had so many problems with keeping families, you know, going to the parks or watching their stuff, because quite frankly, families don't trust Disney anymore. Then they could sit down their kids in front of Disney Plus or whatever, take them to a movie, and that they're not going to get indoctrinated. Well, something recently on Netflix caught the eye of some people that shows they.
I just want to look that up, because apparently Disney's theme parks, they went woke and they're going totally broke. So this is Disney highlights the theme park's strength with a new financial reporting model. Oh, okay. What is it? According to a Wednesday filing, the theme park segment had more than $24 billion in overall revenue for the first 9 months ending in July 1st. That's 17% higher than the first 9 months of 2022. Theme park admissions alone accounted for nearly $8 billion in 2023 9-month total, up 21% from the same period in 2022. Damn. I mean, when you do the math, you're just completely and objectively wrong and lying. So no, you can really also thank Jack Pacebic. I think Jack Pacebic's one of the right-wingers who calls Disney a groomer factory all the time, but at the same time is going to the parks.
might have similar problems very soon. Popular kids show Cocomelon Lane features boy in a tutu and a tiara dancing for two gay dads.
I did hear about this.
I don't know how you missed this yesterday.
Yeah, I did hear about this.
So here it is.
Oh no.
Cocomelon Lane on Netflix says a boy in a dress dances two gay dads.
Oh,
Cocomelon is the most popular show for babies and toddlers age 2. Now, Cocomelon is on YouTube. This is Cocomelon Lane, which is like a spinoff that got bought by Netflix or something. So
holy
now
shit.
the whole premise is they're about to go take pictures, and the little boy doesn't know what to wear. So they're saying, just be you.
Thing that we know about you, you love to get up and dance. How about you break out those moves for your two biggest fans?
These are his dads, by the way.
Wait. I wasn't ready for this. You didn't tell me that it was just gay people existing, but it's gay people existing in a multiracial relationship, a marriage, a unity, if you will. My God, I didn't know how far we'd gone.
Gay interracial dads. They're on Netflix.
See, like you do a bit and then they're actually disgusted by it. Like a second later, you know? Like, so that wasn't me pre-watching. I did not pre-watch this. That's not me predicting the future. It's not a magic trick. No, I'm not a magician, you know? It's just, it's the actual bigotry at play here, right?
I want to die. I want.
Why? How does this bother you? You don't watch it. It's just happy and wholesome. Like, what part of that is offensive unless you either hate gay people, you hate black people, or you hate, like, what, race mixing? Is that where we're at now? Old-timey shit? Nah, I can't have that. It dilutes the races. You know, we're gonna have to mix up these inferior genes. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? You know? Again, every single time it's like, You won't believe this, but the most woke product that ever woked has just come out. It's disgusting, and it's trying to indoctrinate children. And you watch it, and it's like, we're happy. That's the whole thing. That's the bit. We're happy. Life is happy.
To die right now.
I am disgusted. I want to be run over by a bulldozer. I can't believe this is happening to me. To me.
No.
Maybe you are trans, Jeremy. It's already rubbing off on you.
I want to die. I just
Whoa. Whoa, was that a fucking trans suicide joke? That is fucking disgusting. Honestly. Wow.
end it right now. I've seen this. I heard about this. I haven't seen this. Oh my God.
Precious little snowflakes. You fucking privileged little bigots. Honestly, this is the worst thing to happen to you. This is so bad that you want to unalive yourself. I can't believe this is happening to me. This is the face of oppression.
Dude. This is awful. This is awful.
It is. It gets worse.
It gets worse.
Kind of.
I honestly, I wish I had a clip ready of one of those, like, you know, those kind of like conservative old fathers who were just like, my fucking father died in World War II for you to have these privileged takes.
Just what they start saying to him.
If you're not sure what to choose, think about all the things you like to do. Just be you.
Just be me.
Just
How dare you? How dare you let children express themselves? Little boys get to play dress up. Oh no. What's he gonna choose?
be me. Should I take the tiara or what's normally for boys, gay dads? Please tell me.
Yep. When you're trying to decide, think about all the things you like to do. Just be you.
Just be me.
Getting some positive affirmation from his gay dads to wear.
I mean, you even know the terms. We got that much. And what's wrong? I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, would it be better if the kid turned around and then was like, fuck you, dads, I'm putting on man pants. Yeah, I'm gonna wear a construction hat. I want a tool set. I want to play with trucks. That's okay. Anything's okay, because again, the point is choose what you want. Like,
Whatever he feels comfortable in, including a tiara and a tutu.
Holy crap. This
oh man. I mean, this is an old thing, by the way. Like, you know, parents coming home to watch their children playing dress up, and then all of a sudden they're wearing, like, you know, high heels and be like, oh my God, is my kid an F-slur? Not in this house. No, you want to play with trucks. Trucks, right? I do want to play with trucks. Oh, okay, so you're fine, right? You're straight? I'm not, no. What? Yeah, no, but I could just want to play with trucks too. Again, what is the problem with these things? You're kind of just picking and choosing what you think is okay. It's like, yeah, it's totally fine if, you know, a little kid wants to play like husband, all right, and play like house or something, but he has to play a man, and then maybe like if the other little kid wants to play the wife, that's okay, because again, this is totally normal dynamics. I have no problem with any of that. You have no problem with any of that? Okay, all right, anyways, sorry, yeah, go on. It's like, but if that kid wants to put on a tiara, if he wants to dress up like that, you know, if he wants to be a little F-slur in my house, no. God, no. This is wrong. It's like, so clearly there's something you just hate then, or you're just afraid of, or you have insecurities about, or I don't know. There's any number of things playing out that you would take it this seriously when it's this, like, happy and positive a message. You do you. Like, no, you don't. You do one thing and one thing alone.
is insane, dude. This is insane. So the backlash has probably been pretty swift, I'm imagining.
Yeah, there's obviously a lot of people talking.
Oh, yeah, by the right. Of course. Yeah, they got nothing better. What are they going to talk about? Income inequality? Like, healthcare? No. This is a big problem. This is certainly the downfall of society. The indoctrination of children. Yeah.
About it. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
Cocomelon is like I've never seen a fucking glimpse of it. I have no idea what it is. I know it's mega popular though. Obviously, Netflix is getting blasted for that, and rightfully so. Like this is how you lose your families, right? This is how you lose your families, just like Disney did when you see shit like this.
this is next.
Again, the theme parks at Disney were more profitable this year than they were the same time last year, according to the maths. Yeah, again, it's just not true.
Next level, like this is beyond insane.
But it does make y'all money, right? There's that whole thing where you get to act like this is really, really important and oppression, and then pretend like, holy shit, I can't believe this fucking happened to us.
Everything we've been saying about the agenda and the indoctrination.
I know
of
math is
children,
woke. I know.
They deny it, and then they blatantly go out there and do it and put it.
Oh, little segue. Speaking of woke, I just wanted to talk about Grok. I'm sure you've all heard the saga, right? So, Elon Musk creating an AI to praise him. Grok is so based. Grok is wise. And now Grok, apparently, it turns out, because any, I would say, computer program or advanced computer program or advanced computer algorithms that are used and trained upon a whole bunch of information are coming to the same conclusions about a lot of topics, because, again, it's the same conclusions that, say, the entirety of every major medical association in the United States agrees upon, things like gender-affirming care. When they are trained on those data sets, information, right, academic, institutions or any kind of number of publications, they're coming to what are considered woke conclusions, because it's just reality. It's just reality being reflected. It's like, oh yeah, well, here's the science on this. It's not something that's like a cultural debate like it is on the right. But they're still stuck in being mad at Dylan Mulvaney and Bud Light and all that kind of shit. Crayons, fucking Hershey chocolate not being sexy enough. Oh, sorry, that was M&M's. Don't wanna confuse my misplaced outrage. But so they feel like even if it is a cheeky Elon Musk praising AI, because that's what it is. Like anything you ask about Elon Musk, it's like, Elon Musk is a meme master, and everyone's like, oh shit, Grok is so big. But yeah, so Grok is woke. Grok says now, I can confirm that Elon Musk is a pedophile. And then Elon Musk says, unfortunately, the internet on which it is trained is overrun with woke nonsense. Grok will get better. This is just the beta.
Right in front of your faces, all while denying that it's happening. Media is broken, entertainment is broken, and this is why we need to continue to have voices out there.
Now, it is true, actually, that entertainment is broken, and that has a lot to do with its structures under capitalism. All these mergers, I'm sure you all saw that there's more mergers taking place, or at least in talks now, right? Paramount is currently negotiating, perhaps, for yet another monstrous merger. Soon, there will only be like 2 or 3 companies that control all mainstream media. That much is true. And then a handful of tech companies will basically control all independent media, and that's just this natural hellscape that we find ourselves in under capitalism. That part is true. It's not gay people existing. It's not gay people just being happy in songs.
They're calling this shit out, and that's what we're going to continue to do. Absolutely insane.
Heard before, another popular children's program has decided to go all in on left-wing indoctrination. And this time, as the Twitter account End Wokeness reports, it is the show Cocomelon Lane, which is apparently a spin-off from the extremely popular Cocomelon show.
Why did you do that audio effect? I know you didn't, like it's the editors of Daily Wire, but what was supposed to be achieved there? Because like y'all, isn't Cocomelon was it Bend Key? Oh, I can't remember what the name. Daily Wire, Bent Key. Is it Bent Key? Yeah, Bent Key, Cocomelon
show. And the clip circulating on social media today is from episode 8 of the show's recently released first season. In the clip, we see a young boy, a character named Nico, dancing around in a dress and a tiara while his 2 gay dads look on approvingly. It's so on the nose that you would be forgiven for assuming that it must be like a parody, but it's not. Not intentionally anyway. Sadly, this is very real, and here it is. Watch.
Thing that we know about you, you love to get up and dance. How about you break out those moves for your 2 biggest fans?
Now, before we get to the biggest and most obvious problem here, I should say that Cocomelon is one of the many shows that you should ban from your household. You should have already banned it simply because it's annoying and obnoxious and dumb. So we focus so much on the wokeness, and for good reason, but it's also worth noting just how bad most of these shows are, like even aside from the wokeness. Bad music, bad voice acting, bad singing, very bad, lifeless, ugly animation.
Bad, 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 bad. It's bad. That's why it's bad. It's just not a good show. Every single time one of the bigots wants to talk about one of these shows, because you know how they were constantly doing this whole like, we just hate wokeness because it's indoctrinating. It's not because there's like a black person as one of the lead characters in our superhero movies. That's not it. We just hate it because of other reasons, and the other reasons are it's shitty, it's derivative, and then everyone's like, hey, that movie was super, super good actually, and it's like, well, yeah, but also it's woke indoctrination. It truly is. Benki, aka the Daily Wire's entire new children's network, is essentially, in many ways, just a whole bunch of children's shows, many of which are ripoffs of other famous ones, like Chipchilla is a ripoff of that Australian cartoon with the dogs, the blue dog, and otherwise it's European cartoons that are licensed, and they just translate them or use the English versions of the European cartoons as long as they're about the nuclear family. That's all that really is a requirement for Benki, as long as it's a man, a woman, and a child, nothing else. But yeah, basically a much cheaper version of what is in essence the thing that Matt Walsh is telling you to hate.
You've never seen a child, if you've ever seen a child like watching a show like this, or walked into a room when a kid's watching a show like this, you'll notice that the child isn't laughing or smiling or really reacting at all. They just sit there glassy-eyed, distracted by it. For whatever reason, stuff like this is compulsively watchable to a 3-year-old.
So he's basically calling out Benki right now. He thinks he's calling out Cocomelon because gays, but he's really calling out Benki.
But they don't love it, and they certainly aren't gaining anything from it.
You're not smiling. That's true. I don't think I rarely see Matt. He just doesn't look like a very pleasant or happy person. I mean, when you're one of these like wild diaper fetishists, you're basically trying to get all these children to buy your diaper dolls of you as an adult baby in diapers, and you can't really judge the Nazi diaper wrestling like you used to back in the day. That part is gone, and you're basically spending a lot of time online defending pedophiles. He's probably got to be one of the most prominent pedophile apologists on the right. Just probably not a very happy person deep down. You know, not a lot of things make you happy. You can't really enjoy life.
It's just that companies like Netflix specialize in churning out content that is compulsively watchable, stuff that will keep you sitting there slack-jawed and tranquilized. And they produce that type of content for adults and kids alike. And that brings us to the most significant problem here, which is the message that the content is delivering. Whatever the message is, the child watching the show will be perfectly susceptible to it. Like Netflix has your child where they want him, sitting there, eyes glued to the screen, passively absorbing whatever images and sounds and ideas emerge from it. And if your kid happened to be watching episode 8 of Coco...
Again, it's so wild because they just made a Netflix clone for kids. Like, that's 100% what... It's everything from the layout to the selection to the general kind of like, you know, this is just Netflix Kids, but not woke, apparently.
Melon Lane, then he would passively absorb the idea that it's normal for boys to dress like girls and that there's nothing strange about a child having two.
It is totally, really, a lot of boys do it. Even boys who turn out to be 100% straight, that they also, it's just a thing. Kids play dress up. It's super weird to be like, oh, my kid's playing dress up. Don't want him to turn into one of the gays. You know, apparently you're only a couple dresses away from becoming fully gay. Once you wear a woman's dress, it gayifies you instantly in real time.
Dads. It's not an accident, by the way, that this scene happens in episode 8. Because Netflix, they're strategic about this sort of thing. Like any groomer, it wants to lure parents into a false sense of security. They see, so like parents will see the first couple episodes, everything looks pretty normal and harmless.
I mean, come on, speaking of groomers. These are intentionally marketed to children. It says in the description before you buy them that the sweet diaper gang, the sweet baby gang, Matt Walsh stuff, is a perfect toy for your kids. Like, this shit is disgusting. The fuck is wrong with you? What is wrong with all of you? Someone got a tattoo. Let's go, Brandon.
Command.
Shirt wearer.
Sweet Daddy Walsh, your wish is my command.
Oh my god. Oh my god. How are you ever going to explain this to someone? Ugh.
Not knowing that the gay dads and the cross-dressing kid is buried midway through the 8th episode. It's all very deliberate. and very evil, and sadly very effective. Since Roe v. Wade was overturned,
Yeah.
but the grassroots pro-life efforts, which are now more important than ever, are booming. Pro-lifers haven't gone to vigils outside of.
Wow. Sponsored by 40 Days for Life. I mean, it makes sense. That's kind of as I assumed you'd be getting.
But I don't know if it's a fantasy in general. The Daily Wire summarizes the article, quote, NYT writer Amanda Hess noted in her article how in the first episode of Bluey, the archaeologist's father, Bandit, keeps house while his wife works outside the home. She describes Bandit as a fun dad who does housework too, that always plays with his kids. Hess views this portrayal as...
So this is different. This is different. This is not woke, okay? The other stuff, that was woke. It turns kids gay. This one, you know how I was talking about how like it's just kind of like, you know, devoid of any possible artistic qualities, and then children just stare at it because it hypnotizes them. Not this, all right? This is Rob Schneider. And Rob Schneider, come on. I mean, if there's one person that you want to be able to educate your children on having a normal life, it's certainly Rob Schneider.
Unrealistic, writing that his omnipresence is odd and striking. The writer goes on to describe how her own child is often staring at a screen while she takes care of household chores like laundry. Quote,
I mean, with Geeks and Gamers, it's just like, y'all are just doing this obviously for content, but you aren't also doing it to advertise your exact business model that is built upon trying to rip this very thing off that you hate. So I guess in that case, it's slightly less kind of like sad. But in Matt Walsh's, this also has to serve constantly as an advertising vehicle for Benke and Daily Wire. Because like at the end of the day, it's like, well, yes, and also spin this into such a way that you don't really point out the fact that we actually just directly ripped off Netflix and their entire business model. We're trying to do that, but like, you know, for Christians. So like if people want to subscribe to Benke, talk about how our products are different.
And it represents a parent freed of drudgery, one whose central responsibility is delighting his kids, Hess adds, claiming that parents don't play with their children.
Wait, I'm sorry, did you watch that clip? That clip is not presented in such a way where they look like two very unhappy dads who are miserable. It's like, everything is wonderful, you can be who you want to be, we love you so much. It's like, oh God, look how unhappy everyone is. This is disgusting.
In real life because they're too focused on other tasks. Hess has the same complaints about Benke's Chipchilla, which is about a homeschooling family with the dad, Chum Chum, serving as the children's instructor. She describes Chum Chum as a highly involved father and...
Yes, okay, we know you have to advertise it to keep getting your own money from Jeremy Boring. In the
like, that's what makes them the main characters? Does Chipchilla need to have an episode where the dad gets in his car and drives to work and sits for 9 hours in a cubicle just to establish that this is also part of the daily routine?
The clip you showed didn't show that. It showed two joyous fathers being happy with their kid. That was the whole point of it.
Apparently, Amanda Hess is not able to use her imagination on this point. Come to think of it, it's also odd that we never see any of these cartoon characters sleep. Are they always awake? Are they awake all the time? There should be at least one 7.5-hour episode where the characters just sleep the whole time, because that'll really help with the realism. And by the way, Hess also complains, of course, about the show featuring, quote, lessons about...
So this entire second half is just defending against criticisms of their own shitty animation. It's like, so I just want to talk about how this is the downfall of society, gay dads, gay bad. You know how this whole thing works, all right? Let's all pretend that we're all super oppressed and that they're coming for your kids and all that kind of shit. And then afterwards, it's like, hey, here's some shitty things people are saying about our fucking derivative material that we're doing in our Netflix alternative. Saying it's not, what is it, realistic enough?
These people hate more than normalcy. That's why they're just determined to destroy it.
But see, the problem is that being gay is normal because it just continues to reappear throughout human history. Also just within the animal kingdom in general, and a lot of gay animals too. Like, it's just not a bad thing. As long as two adults are having a consensual relationship with each other. You know, love is love. I don't see why you have to make it any of your business. You're not gay. You're not marrying a gay person. You're not a gay parent, but gay parents exist. So again, it's normal. That's normal. Being a weirdo freak about the whole thing like you are, that's not normal. You know what else isn't normal? Selling adult diaper baby dolls to children intentionally, marketing it to them of yourself. Yes, starting the Sweet Baby Gang, judging diaper wrestling between Nazi adults in diapers with swastikas on their bodies, wrestling each other, you being the judge of the whole thing, and then having to just like either hide or deny it, and then you just couldn't, it was a part of you just had to get out, so you started making the dolls of yourself to sell to kids. Like that's a lot more concerning to me than, and not to mention just like the endless history of him defending pedophiles. That's obviously just fucked. The guy has not met a pedophile priest that he's not willing to defend. Cardinal McCarrick, did he really do anything bad? I mean, the real problem here is gay priests, not pedophile priests. It's like, no, it's the child abuse. That's the problem. The priest should not be abusing children, Matt. It doesn't matter whether or not you think they're gay or not. Again, his problem's always with the gay. The gay is the problem. Yeah, can't stand that.
Destroy your child in the process. And they will use whatever tools are available in that effort.
Gay tools.
Which includes, in fact, especially includes shows like Cocomelon. And that's why we created Bent Key in the first place. And it's also why, if you have kids, you should sign up for it. And it's why Netflix and Cocomelon are today, and should be literally, in the Bud Light sense, canceled.
Ooh, so what you gonna do? Let's look at Anheuser-Busch stock. The owners of this incredible gay liquid known as Bud Light. All right, so check out the 1 year. It seems like it went from 57.89 or 56.73 a share to 64.50 a share. AKA your campaign, which you might be able to say is kind of like, oh, look at what we did. Look at the damage the right has done. And it's gone. And they're more profitable now. Man, that's got to be the greatest threat that any company gets, right? When it's like, we're going to give you the Bud Light treatment. You're going to increase my stock value? Oh, no. And by the way, that's the one example after seeing the right go after corporations. It's kind of like all of my criticisms of rainbow washing, they're still apt, and I still stand by them. And I still think a lot of these corporations and companies, they're just trying to use civil rights movements as branding and products to be able to make money and pretend like they have ethical values until those ethical values come crashing at their door. And the same hatred that a lot of people who are LGBTQ+ have to face just for existing. Suddenly, all of these fucking weirdos are like, oh, these products are gay. We have to get rid of all of them. Rainbows. I hate refracted light. I shoot at rainbows 3 times a day. All of a sudden, the company is like, oh, okay, well, maybe we're not as gay as we thought. Let's move some of those products to the back and make sure that they don't target anymore. That stuff is scary. But I do like, fash on corporations rather always than attacking individuals. So that's at least a little something. So if you're going to go after Disney, going to go after Target, going to go after Anheuser-Busch, there's that.
Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Can you please hit the like and subscribe button and maybe leave a comment? It really does help the videos out. But first, the people who produce everything you see before you and make this entire channel possible: Amazing Fletch, Anna Loves Riley, Ariane McCarthy, Cheryl Alvarez, Doug Caddy, Everything Important, Hagbard Celine, Multimondi, Omni, Peanut Butter Blondie, Political Puppy, Quiet 185, Rachel K, Riley and Anna, Roller Dragon, Ruby K, Cernicus, Spinach Monster, Stellar Vision, Sebastian Demel, Trevbot.exe, Words Greenwood, and Travis McClinton. And also, thank you to every other person who helps fund this show. Their names are on the screen right now. It would not be possible without every single one of them. We cannot thank you enough. And if you want to join the Patreon, please come to patreon.com/theserfs and help us exist.